So for writing today, I said we were going to work on creating a character. Everybody grab a piece of paper, and I want you to do this on paper because it involves drawing. So everybody get a piece of paper, put your ice cream away, get some paper and pencil. Look at you with your ice cream. It's going to melt, dude.
I was gonna eat it before.
I know, but you should put it in the fridge. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my virtual background because I want everybody to grab a piece of paper and a pencil. So Eli, get a paper and pencil. Amadi, get a paper and pencil. Eli, get a paper and pencil. Okay, you got it? All right, I'm going to spotlight my video. And here's what we're going to do. Step 1, draw a crude outline of your main character. So here goes mine. It's not going to be too fancy. Just pretty simple. You're going to draw a head, a neck, a shirt. Mine is a girl, but I'm putting her in shorts. It's summer. I'm not going to have her freeze to death. And shoes. I'll give her pigtails. Okay, there is my main character. So everybody drawing a simple drawing of your main character. Give your character a name. I'm going to name my character Lou, L-U, after my aunt. My character is named Lou. Give your character an age. I'm going to make my character 10 years old. Think about some outside things about your character. Think about whether it matters, whether they're short or tall or anything physical that might matter. A fancy dresser, casual. I'm going to make mine kind of a tomboy, which means active. And just write a few notes like that. Active, practical, not a girly girl. Think about what your character is dressed in. So you're adding all of these details to the character in your story. Think about what your character is dressed in. So mine has on a t-shirt and shorts with a little backpack. Let's see, this kid was on a trip and got lost. So they would have a little backpack with some supplies. So I'm going to put their, what do they have with them? This person has a little backpack with some straps. Backpack. And in the backpack would have been a lunch and some water and maybe a windbreaker in case the wind came up, but not a lot of warm things. A cell phone. Yeah. But I'm going to make them be out of cell phone range. So be thinking about your character. Wearing tennis shoes. So right now we're just thinking of physical things about our character. My character can be small, but strong. Long hair. Just be thinking, you probably won't include all these details in your story, but if you can think about them, you might include some. Now that you've done a lot of outside things, so the first thing you want to do is your outside things, their name, their age, do they have siblings? So this person has 2 brothers. This is sounding a lot like me, huh? Has 2 brothers. She's in the middle. So one older, one younger. Has lots of pets, loves pets, but doesn't have them with them because they're on a school trip. Think about now some inside things about your character. So make a nice arrow to the inside of your character. You can point it to their brain or their stomach. And I want you to make a separate box for the inside stuff about your character. And what I mean by that is personality things. So is your character happy, sad, strong, confident, shy, outgoing, a dancer, a singer, a performer, or shy? You need to think about all of those things. So I'm thinking about my character for my story. And I think it's going to be important because she's going to kind of lose it. So she's a little bit immature, which means like she hasn't had to take care of herself much. immature and protected. So like her family has kept her pretty protected. She's never been out on her own. She's probably never spent the night alone, even in the house, because she's going to be scared. So she's going to be a little bit scared, but she's going to find she's strong. So when she gets past being scared and freaking out and crying, she's like, I've got to just take care of this. I got to get this done. So she's strong. She's confident and smart. Maybe a little bit spacey because she didn't pay attention when she wandered off by herself and got lost. So be thinking about your character. Put your ice cream away, Mr. Ice Cream. Maybe she's very hungry and needs to eat all the time. Actually, I think that's a good detail for mine. She thinks about food because she's maybe going to be away from home for a couple of days and she's probably going to get pretty hungry. Okay. Mine is kind of like a happy person. So she hasn't had anything bad like this happen before, getting lost. And what other things would she have that would be helpful? Like, I don't think she would have had a knife with her. But maybe she brought like some hummus and her mom put a little plastic knife in that she could use. I'm trying to think what she might have that would help her build a structure in her backpack. Trying to think if I should have anything in there. I just don't think she would have a Swiss Army knife because you can't bring those to school. But she might have a dinner, like a plastic knife. It's not going to be very helpful, but it might be a little bit helpful. She could have shoelaces that might help her. So I'm going to give her some shoelaces because she might need the laces to kind of tie some branches together. What else would she have that could help her survive in the wild? To find her way back to her trail. She can
Flashlight.
Yeah, I don't know if she'd have a flashlight, although I've got on my backpack, I actually have a little tiny like cat laser light on there to play with my cat. So if she has pets, she could have sort of like a cat laser light. I don't know if she would bring a flashlight to school. Trying to think what else she would have that would help her survive, but you're thinking about your character and their challenges and what they're carrying. What do they have in their pockets? What do they have on their back? Now you got to go to what they're thinking about. So I did some of the inside things about her character traits. Now I'm going to do a ... and show you what she's going to be thinking about. So she's going to be scared and worried that she's in trouble because she's kind of a goody two-shoes. So she's going to be like, oh, my teacher is going to be so mad at me for wandering away. But then she's going to start thinking what she knows about survival. So she's going to be, when she calms down, so she's able to self-calm after a while, after she freaks out and cries for a while, self-calms, then she's very systematic. Like the first thing I need is shelter. And what have I seen on Naked and Afraid? Have you guys seen that crazy show? Where they put people in the wilderness with nothing. So for my character, this is what I'm creating to help me understand my character. I've thought about her outside things, her name, how old she is, what she's wearing, what she has in her backpack. I've thought of her personality traits. So she's going to be like, kind of like hard working. She's not going to give up. She's not going to just curl up and give up. She's going to keep trying. Then I thought about what she's thinking about. The last thing I want you to think about is her other relationships. So this is one character, but why did she wander off on the field trip by herself? I think because she had some friends, but she was kind of in a fight with them or felt like her good friend was not being a good friend and was hanging out with somebody else. So maybe she has two other friends and they were excluding her for some reason. Now they're going to feel bad. They were excluding her, so she wandered off. That's going to be important to know who's in your story. Mine is mostly a girl on her own, but you might have more than one character in your story, right? So you want to keep this. And if it's me, I'm probably going to take it and stick it up on the wall. And then as I'm writing my story, I can look up at it. And if I get kind of stuck, I could include a detail that's like, Lou thought to herself, oh no, I'll bet I'm in huge trouble with the teachers. I shouldn't have wandered off. She flipped her pigtail over her shoulder and grabbed her backpack. I'm going to use this to come up with things to say as I'm writing that will bring my character to life so that they won't seem like they're not really there. So you want to include enough details about the character in your story that the character seems like a real person to your reader. That's it for today, my friends. I will make